Hi, so I'm going to be creating a video of how to make a slide projection presentation of a hymn. So that's what this is. Okay, so I'm going to start by doing it in PowerPoint. So I'm going to go ahead and open up PowerPoint. And once I open up PowerPoint, I am going to create my presentation. So PowerPoint is now open. Okay, and I'm just going to do one hymn. So since I'm only going to do one hymn, I don't need to make a lot of slides. I'm going to do this two ways. So the first video is going to be with multiple slides, and the second way is going to be with one slide. Okay, so for one slide, I'm going to first off change the format. Okay, so I'm going to click this by right-clicking it, and I go to Format Background. Sorry, I go to Layout. Okay, and then I go to Title and Content. Okay, so this is the best way to start it. I generally like to put the title of the hymn on the top and then the lyrics to the hymn right there. Okay, so what hymn am I going to do? I don't know. Let's find a random hymn. Okay, so I right now am looking at my Google Drive. Okay, I'm going to type a number. I don't even know what hymn it is. I'm going to type in 4, 6, 8. And see what that is. Actually, you know what? 466. Looks like there's a hymn. No tramps of soldiers marching feet. I don't know what that is. Let's try that. I don't think I've ever heard that hymn before. Okay, so this is the hymn. It looks like it's got a bunch of verses. So since it's got a bunch of verses, I am going to highlight them all. Okay, so I'm going to start by highlighting all these verses of the hymn. Control C is how I copy. I mean, you can right click and choose copy, but I like Control C. And then I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint. And I am going to Control V and shove it all in there. Wow, so tiny. But why is it so tiny? Because it just tried to fit all the words in that one little space. Okay, I still need the title. So it's called No Tramp of Soldiers Marching Feet. And it's in 466. So I'm going to paste that in here. And I'm going to type in the hymn number. So I'm going to type CCS 466. Okay, now I don't like two lines here unless I have a special name for the hymn, like Hymn of Invocation or Hymn of Sending Forth or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to hit, you can right click and select all. That's an option. I just like to go Control A. Control A selects every single thing that's in that space. Okay, and now I'm going to change the font size. So let's go ahead and find one that fits. Oh, 40 is too big. 36 looks good. Oh, 36 is a little too small, so I'm going to go A-. Perfect. All right, so our hymn is now called No Tramp of Soldiers Marching Feet, CCS 466. I like quotations around it, showing that it's a title, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, all right, now next step is I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to duplicate the slide for as many verses as there are. There's 4 verses. So I need 4 slides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And each slide, so I'm select the last one. I'm going to delete everything that's not the verse I want. I'm going to delete everything that's not the verse I want. And then from the bottom. Okay, and then the same thing here. This is the second verse. So I must delete these 2. And delete the top. All right, and then this one is everything but the first verse, so delete everything here. I don't like having the bullet points. I think the bullet points are unnecessary. Okay, and this is the point in time where you got to decide what you want to do with your lyrics. Some people like to center the lyrics. Some people like to shove them all on the left side. It really is up to you. You're creating this. But I do have to change the size. So I'm going to go Control A. I select everything, and up here, I can choose a number and guess, or I can just keep pushing the A+ until it gets to the size I want. That's probably the easiest way. And that looks large enough. It's 32 font, so since it's 32 font, I know I can do that to all of these. So Control A. 32 font should work for every one of them because it's the same number of lines. Sometimes you might have to adjust, and I'll talk about that later if I have that issue, but I probably won't in this situation. right, 32 font works. Perfect. Okay, now if I want to center it all, because sometimes people like how that looks, I'm going to get Control A. And then up here, there's an option for center the text. This is left side, center, right side. So if I go center, boom, it looks like that. Some people like that. So if you like it, cool. It's completely on you. I'm going to do that for this one just because I started it and I might want to do it. Okay, so if you like the look of centering things, feel free to do that. Honestly, I kind of like them all on the left side, shows the length of them, and sometimes that matters with the lyrics. Sometimes it doesn't, but for me, I like how it looks on the left side. But I know a lot of people like them centered, so I'm centering them. All right, so now I've got 4 slides to make my hymn. Okay, what's the next step? We need to add music. All right, so I got to add some music. All right, so now for us at Waipahu, we have a cloud storage place that we use. It's called Box. So I'm going to go to box.com. And this is where we have everything put in. So I'm going to use my personal email, sign in with my password. Don't memorize those dots, please, because then you can steal all my stuff. All right, and now I just search for it. So you can see these are some old hymns I've used. I could go into the file, but it's actually faster usually just to go here, go 466, choose the hymn, and then I can listen to it if I want to, say, all right, I don't know what that song is, or I could just ignore that and go to download. I'm just going to download it, okay? Pretend like I know it, so I downloaded it. It's on my computer right here. So now I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint, and I'm going to go to Insert. So up here, next to Home is Insert. On the far right side, there is video or audio or screen recording. I'm going to go to audio. Audio on my PC because I downloaded it to the PC. Okay, what's it called? It was 466. These are in order, so I'm choosing 466. Hit Insert. It just puts it in the middle. I like to put it in the side. It honestly doesn't matter because I'm going to hide it during the slideshow, but it's right here now. Okay, now that it's here, I've got to choose my playback option. If you notice, it says playback. Okay, when do you want it to start playing? Okay, so I'm going to do it on, you can do it automatically, which is what I like to do, or you can do it on clicks. I'm going to choose automatically. That means when the slide starts, it's going to immediately start playing the song. Okay, so I'm going to do one other change, go back to my playback. I also like to not see it, so I hide during the show. And since there are 4 slides that make this song, I'm going to play across the slides. Okay, so what that means is when one slide ends, the music will continue to play even though the slides change. If you do not do that, it will stop playing when you go to the next slide. Okay, so now I'm going to test it because I got to make sure it works, right? So this is my title slide. I'm going to call it Music for Today. Okay, so that's my title slide. I want to play it, so I'm going to go to, I like to do it down here in the bottom right-hand corner. Some people click up here or up here. All right, regardless, I'm going to play it. Okay, sorry, I'm on multiple screens, so this is kind of showing goofy right now, so I'm going to try to fix that. So let's stop that for a second. All right, so then we're going to go to play. All right, so this is it. When I go to the next slide, hopefully, ideally, the music will start playing and we will be able to hear it. So let's try it. So as it's playing, I just like to make sure it's going well, and then I'll just go, all right, will it work if I change slides? Blah, it does. Time, great. One more time, great. Now, in a church service, what's important to know is if I keep going past it, it will keep going past the end of the slides if I have more slides after it. So you got to make sure you're following along, singing the song as it's going, so you can make sure to stop. Okay, and that is how you create a hymn presentation for church service. And that is all I have for this one. And I'm going to show you another one in a moment.